Welcome. I can see one person here. If you can hear me, just drop a comment and your name and where you're streaming from. All right, so let's do that quickly. So let's wait a little for some other persons to join us. Oh, great. Festus, I see you. Nisi Jordan, I see you. Festus Emmanuel, Nisi Jordan. Okay, people are joining gradually. All right. So as you're joining, your name and where you're streaming from. Oh, Kaduna, all the way from Kaduna. Festus. Wow, that's great. Nisi, good evening. Good evening, Nisi Jordan. Good evening, your name, and of course, your name is obvious. Just tell us where you're watching from. All right. So as you're waiting, have your questions ready. Yeah, have your questions ready. Yeah, let me put on my strap so you know we are in for a serious business this evening. All right. Oh wow, Nisi Jordan, you're streaming from Lagos mainland. Nice to have you here, Lagosian. So we have a Lagosian here with us today. That's interesting. Right, so here I am. Okay, Prospalute from Ghana. All right, so great to have you here. All right, so while we are waiting for others to join, just quickly, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please just seize this opportunity to do that so have more people will see us and all right, so watch this video. All right, so straight up we're going to be doing a lot. I see this piece of metal here. So we're going to be doing a lot from it today. So if you are confused about saxophone, whatever is confusing you, oh, Dawaki Abuja, Jibrin, Ojo Ajogu. So great to have you here, sir. Ojo Ajogu, seems you're an Igala man. Olanesa, so great to have you here. Michael Iku, I see you. Good evening, brother. You're welcome. Oh, wow. Somebody's Kaya from South Africa. Oh, wow. So great to have you here. Oh, wow. So we have someone from South Africa here. Interesting. So someone from Ogun State. Hi, good evening. I'm from Lafia, Nasarawa State. Oh, my next door neighbor. Somebody's from Nasarawa State. That's Abdullahi Yunus Haruna from Nasarawa State. So great to have you. Shortly, we'll be starting, say in the next 5 minutes, right? Olane. So, Oluwa Pomil. Sorry, I'm sorry if I murder your name. Let me be careful so I don't go and pronounce something wrong. All right, you are so much welcome, brother. You're welcome. All right, so like the video and share the stream, share it to your friends that should be here. Somebody that is struggling with the saxophone that has one or two issues on the saxophone that you know this person should improve, but you don't know how to tell them, just share this video and send to them. All right, and of course you should subscribe to the YouTube channel, all right, to grow our followership and of course to expand our reach, so get more people to see these tutorials that we'll be doing every Wednesday. The idea is we are going to be doing this every Wednesday. I'll share ideas with you, share some exercises with you, you work on them. If next Wednesday we come back, we meet, you come back with your questions, we'll get to do a lot of things together, you get. Good evening, Ademola Raphael from Lagos. You're welcome, Ademola Raphael from Lagos. All right, so we'll be starting shortly, like I said, say in the next 2 minutes. Yeah, and I said 5 minutes, like 3 minutes ago. Of course, in the next 2 minutes, we'll be starting. All right, so ready your questions, ready your concerns, I want to believe more than 80% of us that are here right now have what's it called? Have saxophones. We are saxophone owners. I hope we are in possession of saxophones, because whatever I'll be doing here on this channel, if you don't have a saxophone, it's more or less going to be, should I say, it's not going to be relevant to you if you don't own a saxophone, if you are not in possession of a saxophone, right? So it's not going to be very relevant to you. All right. So it's very important you own a saxophone. All right. So it's so great and so nice to meet you all here. And I believe in the next 30 to 40 minutes we should be done, right? It's just more like an introduction. All right. So this metal you're seeing here, right, is a saxophone. Please keep sharing the link, right? Keep sharing the link, guys. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's very, very important. All right. You'll be getting everything we're doing here, you're getting it for free. You're not paying me for it. Understand? So just do me the favor of subscribing and liking the video and sharing. Okay. So this is the saxophone. This is the saxophone. Right. So if you don't know what this is the saxophone. This is how it looks like. And to be very precise, this is the alto saxophone. All right. We have a few kind of saxophone. We have the sopranino saxophone, which is the smallest in size, I believe. All right. Then we have what's it called? The soprano saxophone, which is a little bigger in size compared to the sopranino. Then after the soprano saxophone, we have the alto saxophone, which is this size. Then we have the tenor saxophone, you have the baritone sax and baritone sax, Of course, the difference, how you spot the difference physically with your eyes is in their sizes, right? That's how you can easily spot their differences in their sizes. And to go further in the differences, you can spot their differences in the, the texture of the sound they produce, right? Soprano will be sharper than soprano. Sopranino will be sharper than soprano, and so on and so forth. All right. So this is the alto saxophone. So I hear why and the motivation behind this. Yeah. The motivation behind us meeting everyone is this, to share knowledge, right? I said share knowledge because I too will be learning from you. Right. If not, of course, I too will be learning from you, right? Because definitely, if by chance I come into your DM, please, to ask questions, please don't deny me access. All right. So that's why I said share knowledge. So the motivation behind this is because over the years I've been playing the saxophone for 12 years. All right. This month makes it 12 years that I've been playing the saxophone. And over the years since I've been playing the saxophone, I've seen a lot of people struggle with things that I expect not to, things that are not supposed to take them more time to get, right? I see people struggle with, and they struggle with this because maybe out of ignorance. Okay, could it be because they don't have the right information, right? Could it be because they don't have a teacher or a mentor? All right, we know, I know a lot of saxophonists like that, right? Of course, you could be self-taught, but the place of a mentor is very important, right? So that's why I decided to do this and share my own knowledge, share my experiences and my knowledge with us here, right? So, Olayinka from Ilorin, Kwara State. Wow, so nice to meet you. All right. So as we are speaking, please, any question, anything you're curious about, just, you can just type it in the comment section, and we'll address it. And please don't forget to subscribe. Ensure you share, please, so that we'll have more people join us. Right. So yeah, that's basically my motivation, just to share knowledge, to ensure that I know I can't reach everybody. All right. Just the number of people I'm able to reach, even if it's one person, even if it's two, even if it's three, even if it's four, that I'm able to impart my knowledge, and of course I will have a level of satisfaction, right? a passage of the scripture made us to understand that freely we have received, freely we give. Even though I know sometimes, of course, with some knowledge that we have as saxophonists, it's because we are alive that we have them. Even a dead person cannot pay for masterclass. A dead person cannot travel for workshops to go and learn. Right? I just believe it's by the mercies of God that we are able to get this knowledge. And of course, as much as we can, we try to, you know, impart it on people. Right? So, yep. So that's my motivation. Yeah, it's as simple as that. That's my motivation. Right. I think it's enough reason for me to come live here and I think it's enough reason for me to come live here and you know yeah, I have another person from Kwara State. Well, Splendor at DKA. Well, so nice to meet you. All right. So great to meet you guys. So yeah, so this is the saxophone. All right. So in picking up the saxophone, let me share my motivation to why I picked up the saxophone. Right. I don't know if I've told this story here before. I don't know if I've told this story to any of my classes, you know. Yeah, this is how I picked up the saxophone. One of those days while I was in secondary school back in 2014, someone I know, I never met him before, of course, but today I know him. And coincidentally, we bear the same name. He's Austin, I am Austin too. You know, he's from my state. Coincidentally, that particular day, I was in church, in active service in church that day. He came, you know, played the saxophone, and he was visiting. He was visiting. He came and played the saxophone. So after playing this, I was like, wow, saxophone. That's the name of this instrument. Right. I enjoyed church that day. I was super blessed from church that particular day, you know. And after that day, it was a weekend. I had come from school to the house for a weekend. So that day I went back to school. So I'm getting back to school. I couldn't get the sound off my head. Right. I couldn't get the sound of my head. I started going online to browse. If you know that time, to browse, you need like all these Nokia small phones now we're using to struggle to get on the internet that time. I saw browse pictures of the saxophone, you know. At that time, my mom called my other brother, spoke with him, told him, this is what I want. So what do you want to use it for? You know, he said, what do you want to use it for? That question alone almost discouraged me. And I told him, okay, I want to learn how to play it. All right. By the miracle of God, the funds was provided, the fund was made available. I got my first saxophone in August 2014. It was a brand new saxophone, right? You guys guess how much I got that saxophone in 2014 in the comment section. Brand new saxophone, just guess in the comment section. Just guess how much I got that saxophone in 2014. But it was a brand new saxophone. I'm waiting for your responses, guys. Can you guys hear me? Wow, 35K. Wow. Okay. Another guess, please. Somebody should guess. You know, I will tell you the closest guess to okay, another person 35K. Who is guessing again? Who is guessing? Okay, 35K, 35K. Oh wow, 25K. Wow. Okay. Splendor say 25K. Splendor say 25K. Or 20 to 25K. Abdullah Yusuf Aruna, 20 to 25K, okay? All right. Good evening, Ade DG, 25K. Okay, let me just I think the closest price is what Nisi Jordan said and Michael. They both said 35,000 naira. I got my sax that year at 38,000 naira. Brand new. Yeah. Brand new. 38,000. You know. Your VBS studio. You're welcome. Ademola Raphael, 30K. Okay. 45K. All right. You know, I got my sax that year at 38,000 naira. And the brand I got was ultrasound. You know. And guess what? It was my first time of touching a saxophone. That was my first time of ever touching a saxophone by myself. Like, first time of touching a saxophone was when I bought mine, you know. So I was super grateful to God and thank God for the journey so far. It has been an interesting journey. It's been an interesting journey, right? Of course, a journey of being a musician and particularly being a saxophonist is very unique and interesting, you know. You get so that's that about how I started playing the saxophone. From then, got my teacher, paid my teacher. That was how I started learning. I didn't just start learning. The first thing I did, I paid for a mentor, paid for a mentorship. I did that. So that's how I started playing the saxophone. You know, yeah. So that's my experience. You know, so if you have your questions, please drop them in the comment section as I'm speaking or as I'm talking and playing. Right. So please confirm if you can hear my saxophone. All right. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear the sound of my horn? Can you hear the sound of my? Oh, great. Michael, you can hear me. Okay, can another person confirm if you can hear me? Oh, great. Okay, so glad you can hear me. All right, so please ensure you subscribe. Oh, ensure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. All right, so we are starting properly now. Let's dive deep into the saxophone. The important things a saxophonist should know. All right, and picking the saxophone. All right. Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay. You can all hear me. I'm so glad you can hear me. All right. So playing the saxophone. This is the saxophone, right? So like I already mentioned, the saxophone is a very interesting musical instrument. And to play the saxophone, you need dedication, passion, these three things: dedication, passion, and discipline to be a successful saxophone player, right? To play the saxophone very well, you must be consistent, successful, and dedicated and disciplined. All right. So, in learning how to play the saxophone, how do you first approach the saxophone? All right. First, you must start from tone development. And what is the tone? What is tone? Tone is how you sound on the saxophone. Okay, my alto saxophone model is Fujiyama. Fujiyama. I'll type it in the comment section for you to see. Fuji. Okay, where is it? Fujiyama. You know, that's my saxophone model. That's the model of saxophone I use. Let me delete it. That's not correct. So yeah, that's the model of saxophone I use. All right, that's the model of saxophone I use. So, like I was saying, your tone is the way you sound on the saxophone, and particularly your tone is one of the major things that makes you unique when playing the saxophone, right? So, if I play the saxophone, take for instance, like I mentioned, I've been playing the saxophone for 12 years. If I play the saxophone, you won't compare my sound to the sound of a beginner. So, for instance, the gap is even too much safe. Say somebody who just picked up the saxophone today and has been practicing, and someone who just pick up the saxophone last week and has been practicing, and someone who picked up the saxophone 6 months ago, if you listen to them, and both of them, of course, both of them have been consistently practicing their saxophone, right? You will know from the way they sound, right? You will spot the difference, right? Is your tone as a saxophonist is how you sound. That's just the general thing. That's what a tone is, right? Your tone is how you sound on the saxophone. How do you sound? Are you sounding harsh? Are you sounding cool? Are you sounding soft? Are you sounding loud? Are you sounding, So that's what your tone is. You understand? Oh, great. MJ Sax, my brother. Good evening. You're watching from Nube. So great. Nice to have you here. You know, so your tone is how you sound on the saxophone. It's how cool you sound on the saxophone. All right. So, and most preferably, a lot of audience want to hear somebody that is nice on the saxophone. As a musician, and particularly as a saxophonist, when you play your saxophone, right, you are communicating emotions, right? Yeah, that's more like the psychological aspect of playing the saxophone, right? So great. See, so you're watching from South Africa. So great to have you here. Nice to have you. Thank you for joining. All right. So when you are playing the saxophone, you are communicating emotions. Okay. When you want to communicate a happy emotion, how do you sound on the saxophone? When you want to communicate a sad emotion, a joyous emotion, a mourning emotion, how do you communicate all this on saxophone? You can easily communicate all this on the saxophone through your tone as a saxophonist, right? Through your tone as a saxophonist. And your tone, right, is not something you wake up to, right? Your tone as a saxophonist is not something you sleep and wake up to. It's not something you fast and pray. Of course, I believe in miracles. I'm a Christian and I believe in miracles, right? But I don't feel I think I have an exception when it comes to tone development, especially when it regards getting it, right? I think what is expected of a saxophonist, right, is to practice. Excuse me, guys. So practice. When you don't practice, you don't get the result. So getting a good tone on the saxophone requires deliberate effort. Getting a good tone on the saxophone requires a deliberate effort, right? And the deliberate effort has to do with knowing the exercises to do in order to build your tone. Imagine picking up my saxophone and sounding very. I'm trying. I'll try. I'm trying. I'm going to try to force myself to play very amateur. I don't know how that's going to be possible. I'll try and see. I believe you guys just heard what I played. So let me play something as I would play, as the normal me will play now. You wouldn't compare the way I sounded first to the way I sounded the second time, because the way I sounded the first time, it's how I would have sounded this saxophone 12 years ago, right? Why I'm able to play what I played, the last one I played, why I was able to play better, if you care to know, is because over time I've done a lot of exercises. I've played a lot of things, I've deliberately built my tone over time. And that's because I subjected myself to the work required to do it. Right? I subjected myself to the work required to have a good tone. Okay, I want to have a good tone. How am I going to get it? This is what I need to do. I need to do this. I need it. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. What are these things? Right? The most common tone development exercise, I believe we know. If you don't know already, right? Oh, all right. Emmanuel from Kaduna. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Please subscribe, guys. If you're here to subscribe to my channel, right, please do so. And please like and share the video to your friends and your WhatsApp groups, to your musician friends that wants to learn how to play the saxophone. Right. So one of the major tone development exercises that every saxophonist should know, that is very primary, that is very primary, right? Is the, what's it called? The long tone exercise. It's called the long tone exercise. All right. It's called the long tone exercise. So if you know what a long tone exercise, just maybe in 2, 3 words, just type in the comment section. Let me see. If you know what a long tone exercise is. Long tone exercise. What is long tone? What is long tone? All right, let me give you an idea of what long tone. Let me just tell you what a tone is. A tone means sound, producing a sound, primarily, a layman understanding. Tone means a sound. So what is long tone? Long tone. Who is answering me? Okay, playing the key of C. Samuel Oluwasheye. Samuel, are you whining me? Stop. Oh. Long tone exercise. What is long tone exercise? Samuel, good evening, sir. That's a very powerful saxophonist there. You're welcome, boss. Nice having you here, sir. Okay, a long sound, Olumide. Okay. Long tone has to do with playing notes for the longest time, like the low B flats and the, okay, let me just be putting these things. Okay, that's what Samuel was playing the key of C. Okay. All right. So, okay, this person said long tone has to do with playing notes for the longest time, like the low B flat and the others, but making sure you are playing for the longest time. Okay, great. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Nisi Jordan said, exercise to improve breath control. Okay, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Samuel, sustaining a note over a period of time. Exactly. That's the answer I want. Playing a note for over a period of time. All right. Okay. Somebody said for a long, okay, yeah, for a long time. Okay. All right. Somewhere, Peter Grant said it means producing a long sound for an extended period of time. Okay, great. And this person said playing tone and sustaining on it evenly. All right, you guys, every one of us, that's a great attempt, every one of us. That's correct, especially what Samuel told us, playing a note for a period of time. That's what long tone is. Long tone means playing a note, playing a sound for an extended period of time. All right. If normally I will play this note like this, right? I'm not going to stop at playing. I'll play for an extended period of time. An extended period of time is going to be in beats, right? More like I wouldn't want to go deep into time signatures today, all right? Of course, I know we're going to do that. I wouldn't want to go in deep. Okay, let's just stop at that. Playing it for an extended period of time. All right. Okay, so if you're going to play on a 4/4 beats, say 1, 2, 3, 4, right? If you're going to play a single note for 4 beats, so the 4 beats is your note is going to elapse at the end of the 4th beat, right? Imagine, I wish I could on my metronome, but I won't be able to do that now, all right? So, I hope you get the concept of what I'm doing, right? So playing a single note for an extended period of time, like you play it and you hold it. You play and you hold. Imagine playing, this is another example, right? So you get, if you understand what I just demonstrated, please type, what should I tell you to type now? If you understood what I just demonstrated, just type copy in the comment section. All right. Good definitions. Splendor. Okay, playing and keeping a note for a long period of time, holding a note for a long time. Okay, you guys are correct, right? So just if you understood what I just demonstrated, just type I understand in the comment section. You can type I understand in the comment section. Good, great, 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 great. Great, 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 great. Okay, I understand. Copy, okay. Ademola Raphael, Olumide Alagbo. All right, Sisukem. All right, okay, you guys understand. All right. All right, so I'm glad you understand. So that's one of the things you can play to build your tone. It is strenuous. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's doable. It's really, really doable. Right. The hard part of it is being consistent with doing it. Imagine playing one note for say 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes safe. It's not easy now. Right. So it's not easy, but it's doable. Right. The hard part of it is staying consistent to doing it and getting it correctly too. Staying consistent to doing it and getting it correctly. Right. Staying consistent to do it and getting it correctly, because you can be doing the long tone the wrong way and you think you are doing the right thing, right? So yeah, so like I already said, so the long tone is one of the major exercises you need to do in order to have a good tone. You hear some saxophonists, you wouldn't want to hear them again. Why? Because they don't have a good tone. Meanwhile, you hear some and you want to listen to them over and over and over and over again. That's because, of course, they have a good tone, right? That's different from being skillful. That's different from learning how to play the skill, play plenty skills and all and all and all and all. All right. So yeah, that's that. So of course, the tone, develop your sound, make your sound good on your saxophone. And then you can talk of learning how to play scales on the saxophone. Develop your sound first, and of course, then you can migrate to. You must not have a very perfect sound. Don't get me wrong. You must not have a very perfect tone. You must not have a very good tone before you transition to playing scales and arpeggios, right? So, but of course, it is very important to know these are the exercises to develop your tone. Of course, even in practicing these skills and arpeggios, you are still building your tone in the process, right? You are still building your tone in the process, right? So yeah, I would say I want to give us an exercise to do if you're interested and if you will, right? So I'll just add this to it, then and then we'll round up. Of course, I have an announcement at the end of the live. Say in the next 5 minutes, I want us to finish in the next 5 minutes, right? And I don't want to stay. I don't want us to stay for too long. I want us to finish in the next 5 minutes. So if you have your questions, right, please start dropping it in the comment section as a round up. So to play the long tone, you can play it from your low C. This is the saxophone, right? This is your low C, right? This is how you place your fingers on the saxophone. 1, 2, 3. Then this pinky, your small finger, will be on this large part. All right. Then that's for your right hand. Then for your left hand, this Your thumb will rest on the thumb rest. There's a black spot here. Rest here. There's a little. You rest. Then this your four fingers here. One, two, three, four. But this will not be pressing anyone. So you're going to do the long tone exercise. You can play from your low B flat to your low C. Right, I beg your pardon, not low B flat. You can play from your low B flat too, if you can. But for this particular maybe assignment or exercise, I will say you play it from your low C, which is this, then stop at your middle C, which is this middle one, right? Then and down, play up and down, more like this is my count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to be playing like this. This is for just the key of C. You can do it many times. All right, you can do it many times. Okay. Play from low C to middle C, up and down, and like you ascend and descend. Exactly. That's the assignment there. Peter Grant asked a question: how does one build their improvisation on the saxophone? All right. So to build your improvisation on the saxophone, improvisation, for those of us who may not know what improvisation means freestyling, like a typical Nigerian musician will call it to freestyle, to play what comes to your head. But as you are playing it, let it match the music you are playing. Let it give the same energy, the energy that is required into the music. Let it match the chord progression. Let it match the energy of the other musician. Let it balance the musician, But of course, to improvise, right, one thing you need to get very well first, of course, you must have a good ear, a good listening ear, a musical ear. You must have a musical ear, and you must understand chord changes in music, right? You must understand chord changes in music, right? And to improvise well, you must understand the progression of your music. Say, for instance, a song is playing. I want to just freestyle on the song. Let's say a stem or an instrumental is playing, and I want to improvise on that particular instrumental. It could be a jazz piece, I want to improvise on them. All right. So please, as I'm answering this question, please ask your question. Ask your questions. Drop your questions, please. All right. So as that piece of music is playing, for me to be able to improvise effectively on that music, first I need to understand the progression of the music. What are they playing? I don't need to have heard the song before. You understand? All I just need to do is to understand the progression of the music. That's the direction of the music. Imagine, for instance, let me just give a very typical example. I pick up my car and I want to say drive to the presidential villa in Nigeria. All right. So I pick up my car, I want to drive to the presidential villa from my location. Right. I'm in, say for example, I'm in Asokoro, Abuja, and I want to go to the presidential villa, which also is in Asokoro, Abuja, right? I wouldn't pick up my car and start driving towards Apo, right? Okay, let me use a world, say for instance, I want to fly to the US for a presentation. I wouldn't enter a flight going to UK if US is my destination. Do you guys understand? So what I mean is, as it relates to improvisation, what you need to do is go towards the direction of the music so you don't begin to sound off the music. Right? You can be improvising on the correct key of the music, and it's very possible you are playing the wrong thing. right? You could be playing on the right key, but you could be improvising. You could be improvising on the wrong time signature, right? Understand the type signature of the music, which is very understand the type signature of the music, and secondly, understand the progression, the direction of the music. Okay, this. Take for instance, this song by Minister Dunsin Oyekan. I'll be here worshiping all of the days of my life. Dun, 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 dun. You understand? So understand the progression of music. If you can have a good listening ear and understanding the time signature of the music and understanding the progression of the music, you can do improvisation, however. All right. And one impression I must, if of course, I'm just assuming in case you have the impression that to improvise, you must play 1001 notes to improvise. That's not a good approach to improvisation. All right. That's not a good approach to improvisation. All right. To improvise means to interpret the music your own way. Play what you feel about the music, right? What you feel about the music could be plenty notes, it could be few notes, you understand? So that's that for improvisation. And I believe I was able to address it a little, right? And yes, Abdullahi Yusuf, when playing from my low C, that do sounds very bad, okay? But when I continue reaching my but when I continue reaching my higher do middle C, going down the low C sounds much better. Is the problem from my brain or the sax? Okay, I think I understand what you're trying to say. I think when you're trying to play from your low C up, trying to sound your D is difficult. But when you successfully go from there up and you play from up down and you get back to your C sounds better. Did I interpret that correctly, Mr. Abdullahi Yusuf? Did I interpret your question correctly? Is that what you're asking, sir? Okay. I think it's one of two things. It's one of two things. It could either be you or your saxophone. And if it's not your saxophone, if at some point you play it and you get it, that means the problem could be from you, right? And how to solve that problem is deliberately, right? Deliberately play your low C. You see those to your low notes. If you can extend it to your B flat, go ahead. You see your low notes, deliberately play it. If it's going to require you to play, let me play it so that you hear. Right? It's going to require you to repeat it over and over. As you are doing it, you are building your embouchure. It could be from your breath, it could be from your embouchure as well, right? As you are doing it over time, your embouchure begins to adjust to it. Your breath too begins to adjust to it, and you will get it. It's going to take a little time, but not long time. That's if you do your practice carefully, right? So it can sound something like this. You know, I didn't get it. He says some borrow it. Borrow it. I don't understand. But do you understand the exercise I said I just recommended for you to do to solve that problem? Do you understand what I just did for you? Oh, are you here? I need you to respond. I'll be here. Okay, I'm glad you got me. So that's what you can do. Deliberately focus on it, get it. Be able to play it once. Don't struggle with your embouchure or your breath before you play. You should be able to play it once. For instance, I know I can play mine once. You know, I can play like what I just sounded last now is my low B flat. So I can easily carry it and play it once. You know, you get so it's something you should do with ease. All right. So just take your time and practice it. It's doable. It's doable. Right? It's nothing difficult. It's doable. All right. I hope I answered your question. So any other question? So like I said, I told you I have an announcement. So yeah, I have of course, like I said, we're going to be meeting every Wednesday by 7 p.m. So I would okay, a good sax embouchure. All right. So please let me answer this question before we I make the announcement. So a good sax embouchure, right? Embouchure is by definition is how you position the mouthpiece of your sax in your mouth to produce a good sound. All right. For a good embouchure, right, professionally, mm, ideally, is to you see under your mouthpiece here, all right, is going to rest. And this is how you fold your lower lip over your lower teeth, not completely, but just slightly. Oh, good. Hold on, guys. No, 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 no. Please give me a minute, guys. I need to. Oh, sorry, guys. Please hold on. I know you can't hear me. I needed to answer a call. I needed to answer a call. Um, you know, sorry, guys. I'll be with you shortly. First. Okay. Yeah. So for your embouchure, right? This is what you do. Your lower lip, right? You fold it over your lower teeth slightly, not completely like no, 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 just slightly, right? Just slightly so that your lower teeth will not hurt your reed because your reed is going to be resting there like this. Are you seeing it? Right? Then your upper teeth will slightly rest on the top of your mouthpiece, right? So your lower teeth rest at the top of your mouthpiece, and then you just cover it with your upper lip, you know, and you hold it tightly, gently. You hold it, you grip it with your mouth, the mouthpiece, you grip it gently, and grip it gently, and of course, you make your sound from your saxophone. So that's a typical explanation of what a good embouchure is. All right. Another thing again you must know is that when playing your saxophone, you don't puff your cheek. Right? It's going to strain you, and of course, it's not even a good way to play the saxophone. Right? I see a lot of saxophonists. You see trumpeters, right? Saxophonists, trumpeters. I don't know about trumpeters, so I really can't say. But can you hear me now? Please, I want to be sure you can hear me now. I know I'm back and I've been speaking for a while. Can you hear me now? Oh God. Can you guys hear me? Can somebody please respond? Ah, all right, all right. Thank you. You can hear me. Oh shit. All right. So yeah, you don't puff your cheek like say. No, no, you don't puff your cheek when playing the saxophone. You get me? Start that question. Right. All right. So glad you can hear me. I'm happy you can hear me. All right. Oh, following Shaw Stephen. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. You said you want to send me data. Thank you. You can reach out to me via WhatsApp. You can just message me on WhatsApp. All right. So the announcement I was going to make. So for those of us that, of course, I do. Yeah, we are going to be meeting. The idea is we are going to be meeting here every Wednesday to learn from each other, like we are doing today. You ask your questions, we answer. You get. So that's the idea. That's the idea. So we're going to be meeting here every Wednesday by the grace of God. God will give us the sufficient. Of course, God has already given us the grace, right? And God will keep us in the good health of mind and body to be able to do this every Wednesday. We're going to be coming live every Wednesday. Do well to invite your friends, invite your family that wants to learn saxophone. And of course, please, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, right? I have a book coming up, right? It's a book for saxophonists, right? For a beginner saxophonist, for an intermediate saxophonist, for a professional saxophonist, right? From beginner to pro. It's a whole book, right? It's everything I've learned being a saxophonist from my various teachers and mentors. It's encompassed in that book. So now, as soon as it's out, right? Of course, I'll let us know. It won't be long again. Just a little one or two things I need to complete, right? Before we put the book out there. And of course, if you want a one-on-one class with me, right, you can reach out. It's not free, it's for a fee. It's not free, but it's for a fee, a little token. I want a one-on-one class, you can send me a private message, and I have a recorded course as well. If you want my recorded course too, of course, it's for a fee, right? And I have a community of paid saxophonists I will add you to for follow up, consistent follow up, and of course, ensure that you grow on playing the saxophone, right? Please, if you enjoyed this class this evening, please let me know because on next week Wednesday we'll be doing something else. All right, do a little revision on this before we move up to onto something else, right? So if you enjoyed this class this evening, let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this class, if you let me know in the comment section. Tell me, just tell me I enjoyed and I learned something in the comment section. Tell me you learned something in the comment section. Tell me you learned something in the comment section. For long, sure, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to me in my WhatsApp DM, sir. Oh, okay. Great, great. Okay. I am glad you did. Okay, Precious. Oh, Precious eBay, you are here. Since you came late, I'll punish you for that. All right. I learned something. I came late. Oh, sorry you came late, guys. Of course, next week try and be here very early. you know, next week try and be here very early. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed the class, and of course, it's a good time to. Oh, all right, all right. Okay, like I said, you want my recorded course, reach out to me in my DM. It's for a fee, and if you want a one-on-one class, it's for a fee as well. And of course, like I said, My book is coming up very, 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 very soon. It should not take longer than a month before it's out, because I'm done with the major works I need to do. You know, the book will be out, and of course, you will need it. You will need it. All right. This is practically my first class since I wanted to learn it. Was powerful. Thanks. Oh, Adedeji, I'm glad you were able to learn something. All right. So it's a good time to bid you good night and see you next week. All right. Thank you guys for joining. All right. Thank you guys for joining, and see you next week, guys. Bye.